Archangel Michael says, before this night ends, a soul that once broke your heart is sinking into silent regret. The same hands that once turned away are now shaking, reaching out in unseen ways. Their conscience has been awakened, and the truth of what they did to you is pressing against their spirit like a storm that won't quiet. They never thought you'd survive without them, and now they're stunned watching you rise. You were once their secret strength, and now you're the light they can't look away from. But shame is building a wall, and though their heart races with remorse, they fear they're already too late. In a moment that felt so small to them, they did something that wounded you deeply. At the time, they laughed or walked away, thinking it wouldn't matter. But now, they can't sleep, because the weight of that single moment has grown into a haunting they can't escape. Last night, they picked up their phone. They stared at your name, and they nearly called. But fear, guilt, and trembling fingers kept them silent once again. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, they have been silently watching you from a distance. They think you don't know, but heaven reveals all. They saw something in you that they thought was theirs to discard, but now they realize it was sacred. When they hurt you, they thought they were proving their strength. But what they truly did was expose their own weakness. The damage they caused has now reflected back onto their own life in painful, invisible ways. They wake up thinking of you. Sometimes it's in a dream, sometimes it's a moment of stillness that opens the wound. They whisper apologies to the air, hoping the universe carries it to your soul. Their remorse is not performative. It's not a game. It's the result of losing something that can't be duplicated. Type Amen to get blessing 222. They tried to distract themselves with others. With fake laughs, hollow pleasures, or shallow connections. But no matter how many distractions they gathered, your memory anchored itself in the deepest part of their being. You taught them what real loyalty felt like. You were always standing with love in your eyes, even when they gave you reasons to walk away. But they mistook your love for weakness, and now they pay the price of that ignorance. Their spirit has changed since then. The pride that once held them together has shattered into dust. They speak your name when no one is listening. They wrote a letter they've never sent. Each sentence soaked in emotion. The ink is stained with tears they'll never admit publicly. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They didn't just walk away, they walked into a storm. And every time the thunder rolls, they are reminded of the peace they destroyed when they left you. There's a chill in their chest that never leaves now, a sign from heaven that they owe a great debt. They wish they could return to that one day, the day they made the wrong decision. If they could, they'd reverse their words, take back their silence, erase their betrayal. But time doesn't bend for regret. So instead, they pray. They speak to angels. They ask if you've moved on, if there's a way back, if their apology would be accepted. But Archangel Michael says, you don't owe them anything anymore. You healed. You didn't wait for their sorry to bloom. Type Amen to get blessing 474. You lit your own torch in the darkness. You built your peace brick by brick. And though your soul carries the scar, it also carries divine resilience. Still, something in you feels their pain. Because you're not cruel, not like they were. You can sense their suffering even without speaking. You have dreams where they appear. Not always to hurt, but to weep. Their spirit is begging for one more chance, but heaven sees more than just begging. Intentions matter. And this time, heaven is watching not just their tears but their actions. Type Amen to get blessing 656. They were warned. Life gave them signs. Divine moments, angel numbers, even missed chances to do the right thing. But arrogance kept their ears closed. Now they wander through crowds but feel alone. They scroll through messages but find none that echo the warmth your voice carried. They keep making playlists that sound like you. Even when they smile, their heart doesn't join in. Their joy has gone missing, and it's been replaced with longing. They saw you recently. Not physically, but in a vision, or in the corner of a social post. And it shattered them quietly. Type Amen to get blessing 828. They know they don't deserve your kindness again. But that doesn't stop them from wishing. Their soul cries out during the hours when the world sleeps. They're not the same person who hurt you. Life has humbled them. And though the universe may not let them return, their heart never left. You were their once-in-a-lifetime lesson. The one they should have protected. Now, they carry your name like a wound and a prayer. Their hands tremble every time they come close to reaching out. They type messages and delete them. They stand outside their own courage. Type Amen to get blessing 117. You may feel them tonight. An odd pressure in your chest. A moment of quiet where your heart suddenly remembers a wound it buried. That's their regret, knocking on the edge of your energy field. That's their sadness, floating in the ether. That's the soul of a person who realizes too late what they had in you. Don't be surprised if they try again. Don't be shocked if they find a way to apologize. But don't forget the fire you walked through to rebuild your spirit. This is your time now, not a rerun of past pain. Type Amen to get blessing 525. Archangel Michael says, you were chosen to walk a sacred path, even if it included betrayal. Pain was a part of your transformation. But now, healing is your divine power. The person who hurt you knows this. They feel the glow around you. That glow is truth. That glow is truth. That glow is spiritual compensation. They can't look in the mirror without seeing your eyes. Without hearing the last thing you said. Without remembering how silent you became when you decided to choose yourself. And in that silence, they lost everything. Type Amen to get blessing 303. They wonder if they're cursed. If their peace was buried the day they abandoned you. They don't understand that it's not a curse, it's just divine justice unfolding. What you went through is being mirrored back to them now. The sleepless nights. The ache of silence. The wondering. They want to know if you forgave them. They want to believe there's still light for them somewhere. But healing means you no longer carry their guilt. You laid it down and walked free. Type Amen to get blessing 818. You may never hear them say the words out loud. But trust, they've said them 100 times in their head. They live inside an apology loop. They hope someone tells you how sorry they are. They hope heaven gives them one small bridge back into your life, even if it's just for a moment. They would do things differently now. But time has sealed certain doors shut. Still, their soul hopes. Still, their heart clings to the thought that maybe, just maybe, redemption is possible. Type Amen to get blessing 131. They are haunted. Not by ghosts, but by your laughter, your loyalty, your patience. You were their safe place, and they turned it into a battlefield. Now they walk with invisible chains. Every smile they forced before has turned bitter. Every joy they tried to create fell apart like ashes in the wind. They are afraid. Afraid you've forgotten them. Afraid you've healed too well. But Archangel Michael says, what was meant to destroy you has made you divine. And those who betrayed you, they now carry the weight of their own undoing. Type Amen to get blessing 292. You were not just a chapter in their story. You were the turning point. The moment when the universe offered them grace, and they threw it away. Now they look up at the stars and wonder what you're dreaming of. They ask strangers about signs. They light candles in secret. But your life has moved forward. Their name no longer holds power over you. You are standing where they could never stand. Their grief is private. Their apology is internal. And their tears come only when no one else is looking. Type Amen to get blessing 606. If your heart feels heavy for no reason, it's because someone is pouring their sorrow into the night sky. Hoping it reaches you. Hoping heaven hears their ache. But you don't owe them your light. You don't owe them your time. You've paid your price. And now, it is their turn to sit in the silence they created. To face the weight of every word unspoken. To feel the echo of every door they slammed shut. And still, their soul whispers your name. Type Amen to get blessing 737. Archangel Michael says, there is power in knowing you were right all along. There is peace in letting go without needing closure. What they feel is not just regret, it's divine revelation. The universe has shown them the magnitude of what they lost. But you, chosen one, are already walking toward miracles. Their guilt may shake the air, but your joy is protected. Let the past stay behind you. Let the tears they cry belong to them. And keep walking forward with your crown unshaken. Type Amen to get blessing 444. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Their heart still aches in every silent moment. Even when the world moves around them, their soul stays still, stuck in that moment they lost you. The guilt they carry is like a constant echo of your name in the corners of their mind. They remember the last look you gave them. The way your eyes pleaded without saying a word. And how they turned their back anyway, choosing pride over peace. Now every celebration in their life feels empty. No victory tastes sweet, no smile lasts long. Because the one person who would have celebrated them with real love is no longer standing beside them. And that is their punishment, knowing the truest love they ever touched was one they chose to betray. Type Amen to get blessing 212. They hear about you. From whispers. From mutual friends. From the energy that follows someone favored by heaven. And what they hear burns like holy fire. Because you're doing better than they expected. Because you are no longer the person they could manipulate. They underestimated your strength. They never imagined you would rise like this. And now, their own reflection seems smaller in comparison. There is no peace for the one who harmed a soul protected by light. Type Amen to get blessing 343. Archangel Michael says, their nights are long, and their mornings are heavy. They drag through each day, pretending they've moved on. But their spirit remains stuck in a loop of guilt. Their friends don't know. They wear a smile in front of others, but when the lights are off, the facade falls. They cry into pillows, scroll through old photos, and wonder how something so precious slipped through their fingers. They didn't just lose you, they lost their mirror. You reflected back to them who they could have become. But they chose comfort over growth. Safety over truth. And now, your distance is a lesson written in fire. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They replay that last conversation over and over. Wondering what they could have said differently. Wishing they had listened to the warning inside their own soul. But regret doesn't bring you back. And apologies made in silence don't fix the pain they left behind. They try to make it right in small ways. Liking a post. Sending a message and deleting it. Asking mutual friends if you're okay, hoping maybe you'll hear they asked. But heaven knows intentions. Heaven reads hearts. And theirs is still too clouded with fear to act on truth. Type Amen to get blessing 919. You were their divine test. A gift sent by higher realms to see what they would do with love. And they failed. They weren't ready for the depth you brought. They weren't strong enough to stand beside someone chosen. So they tried to break what they didn't understand. But breaking you didn't destroy you. It transformed you. It made you realize your own power. And now, they're stuck in the ruins of what could have been. Type Amen to get blessing 616. They've changed, but not in the way they want you to see. They've become shadows of who they used to be. Their laughter is softer. Their eyes are dimmer. You lit something in them that has never been lit again. Not by anyone. Not even by themselves. They pretend you never mattered, but their actions betray them. Every person they meet is compared to you. Every soul they try to love feels incomplete. Because they knew what heaven felt like. And they let it go. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Your name is still sacred to them. Even if they whisper it only in dreams. Even if it never leaves their lips during the day. You represent the purity they ignored. The loyalty they mishandled. The love they now believe they'll never find again. And that belief has become their curse. A constant ache that never fades. A wound that never heals. They long for just one word from you. One sign. One window back into your world. Type Amen to get blessing 434. But you owe them nothing. Not after the nights you cried. Not after the peace you lost. Not after the silence they gave you when you needed answers. They made a choice, and the universe sealed it. You rose from ashes they left you in. Now, the same fire they started burns in their own heart. And you, chosen one, walk untouched by their sorrow. Type Amen to get blessing 848. They scroll past your pictures and feel an ache in their chest. They want to double tap. They want to comment. But they know it won't be received the way it once was. You're not the same. You don't orbit their attention anymore. They are no longer the sun in your sky. You found your own light. And that is what shakes them the most. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Archangel Michael says, your tears were never wasted. Every pain you felt was witnessed. Every moment of silence was heard by divine ears. Now, the one who once wounded you walks with invisible chains. The chains of, what if? The chains of, I should have. And those chains cannot be removed until they truly change. They may beg. They may return. They may speak words of love. But your spirit will know what's true. Type Amen to get blessing 939. Feel something familiar. Hoping your energy still lingers in the air. But it doesn't. Because you've reclaimed all the pieces of yourself they once touched. They're left with only the memory. A shadow of a time when they still mattered to you. And memories don't hug back. Type Amen to get blessing 414. They try to smile through the pain. Try to show the world they're strong. But every smile feels like a lie. Your absence is not just a missing presence. It's a reminder of the best part of themselves they threw away. You brought peace. They brought storms. And now they live in the hurricane they created. But you? You walk in sunshine. Type Amen to get blessing 373. They see others loving you now. People who recognize your value. Who listen. Who show up. And it cuts them deeper than words ever could. Because now they know what they gave up. Now they understand what love really looks like, and they realize they never offered it. Only now do they feel the magnitude of your soul. Type Amen to get blessing 117. They sit at night in the silence. Sometimes holding their own chest, wondering why it hurts. Why the weight hasn't lifted. It's because that sorrow was earned. That regret is earned. And no one, not even time, can take it away. They thought they'd forget you. But you imprinted on their soul. Some people mark skin. You marked eternity. Type Amen to get blessing 626. You are not bitter. You are not angry. You have simply evolved. And that evolution has placed you beyond their reach. Not out of revenge, but protection. Because heaven doesn't return chosen ones to the hands that hurt them. Your peace is proof you've healed. And their pain is proof they haven't. Type Amen to get blessing 505. They cry when no one sees. They hold pictures they swore they deleted. They regret not fighting harder. Not loving better. But most of all, they regret thinking you'd always be there. Now, the only place they find you is in memories, and that's not enough. You were more than enough. And now, you're gone. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, the time for weeping has passed. You are in your receiving era now. What once broke you is now beneath your feet. Keep walking forward. Keep trusting. Keep rising. Because someone else is coming, someone who knows your worth the moment they see you. Someone who won't make you question your value. And when that happens, the person who once wounded you will feel it like a thunderclap in their soul. Type Amen to get blessing 777. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There is no hiding from divine timing. Every action sends out a ripple. And now, the wave they created by hurting you has come crashing back into their own life. They once believed your love was replaceable. They thought they could walk away and find something similar elsewhere. But no soul ever carried your warmth, your depth, or your silent strength. Now they live in a world of echoes. Your voice visits them when they close their eyes. And your absence follows them everywhere, like a shadow that refuses to leave. They're haunted, not by fear, but by what they threw away. Type Amen to get blessing 838. They saw you in someone else's arms recently. Or maybe just in a post, or a smile you shared with another. And it broke them inside in ways they can't express. Because that smile used to be theirs. That joy used to be something they took for granted. Now it belongs to the future, and they are no longer a part of it. They screamed into pillows that night. Cried out in silence. And for the first time, they understood how deeply they messed up. Your happiness is their punishment. Type Amen to get blessing 949. Archangel Michael says, when heaven decides to restore someone, no past betrayal can stop it. You are stepping into favor, into abundance, into peace. And the person who hurt you must watch it all unfold without you. They tried to bury you in silence, but now your name carries power. They tried to break your heart, but now your heart has expanded with strength no one can dim. This is their divine consequence, not because you wished it, but because that is how justice works. You rose, and they remained. Type Amen to get blessing 393. They think about reaching out every day. They practice what to say. They wonder if you'd even answer. But they know your energy has changed. Your standards are higher now. You no longer entertain what doesn't align with your peace. So they wait in silence, hoping for a miracle that may never come. Hoping heaven will show you their heart before it's too late. Type Amen to get blessing 656. But heaven whispers to you every night, you are protected. You are evolving. You are chosen. Their apology may come. Their tears may fall. Their regret may be real. But that doesn't mean you are required to go back. You can forgive and still move forward. You can release and still walk away. You can love from afar and still protect your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Their soul has been shaken. The universe has taken their comfort and replaced it with emptiness. Every time they laugh, a memory of you sneaks in. Every time they feel alone, your name bubbles up in their mind. It's not punishment, it's revelation. It's the truth of what they lost. And that truth has become their daily burden. Type Amen to get blessing 484. They lost more than a person. They lost their sanctuary. Their home. Their heart's mirror. You were the one who saw them clearly. Even through their flaws. Even when they pushed you away. And now, no one sees them like you did. That is what haunts them the most. Type Amen to get blessing 212. Archangel Michael says, you don't need their apology to be whole. You already became whole when you chose yourself.